It's a great day that God has allowed us to meet and reconnect once again for this very important meeting. And again, once again, we apologize for starting late in a few minutes. And even before we do anything, we want to have a word of prayer. But before that, as Reverend Dr. Sally said, I am Sam Abuya. I sit in the communication desk of Procmura here at the central office. And we also have a whole team of our IT colleagues who have made it possible for us to meet here today. So at this point in time, I want to allow our general advisor, the Bishop Dr. Nathan Samwini, to lead us in a word of prayer. And after that, you will proceed to give us a word, a welcome note. If you can hear me, Bishop, you take it over.
Thank you for opportunity like this again to meet, to reconnect ourselves, and to continue the work you have given to us to carry forward. Thank you for the panel members and those who are going to lead the program throughout. We pray your spirit to guide and guide us. Give us understanding. That in the end of it, we will say, thank you, Father. Thank you, God. And everybody for coming around. Bless us. Use us on the continent for absolute peace and stability, for the progress and the development of the humankind on this continent. Thank you for hearing us. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm supposed to continue with a welcome and the rationale for this meeting.
Alors, je dois continuer avec peut-être vous dire un peu les raisons de cette rencontre.
Let me begin by saying that everybody welcome again to
Alors,
this
je voudrais vraiment dire la bienvenue à tout le monde à cette rencontre.
I think it was somewhere around this time last year or a little bit later that
je pense que c'était à peu près l'année passée, à cette même période, que nous avons pensé à organiser une réunion de ce genre.
To welcome you.
Et je suis vraiment très content de vous souhaiter la bienvenue.
As I do the welcome, I also want us to know that the reason for our meeting is very brief.
C'est vrai que je voulais aussi vous dire que les raisons de notre rencontre sont très brèves.
In this era where we find ourselves,
en fait, en tout cas dans cette société, dans cette période où nous nous trouvons,
it is becoming increasingly clear that physical meetings are reducing in number.
de rencontres en ligne,
we need to increase our connections and reconnections.
Nous devons aussi grandir en connexion et en reconnexion.
And one of the major reasons for this meeting is to reconnect FoRB trainers.
Et une des raisons importantes de cette rencontre est de nous reconnecter.
And network coordinators.
Et d'avoir peut-être un réseau de coordinateurs.
As we do so,
alors pendant que nous faisons cela,
we will intend to update ourselves on the happenings across
nous voulons nous mettre à jour en ce qui concerne tout ce qui se passe sur le continent.
happenings that really concern freedom of religion and belief.
Tout ce qui se passe en ce je sais pas, de tracer un chemin pour voir en tout cas nous en sortir.
So I invite all of you to pay particular attention to the proceedings.
Alors, j'aimerais vraiment inviter chacun de vous à vraiment prêter une attention particulière à tout ce qui va se passer.
And even though we are meeting through screens again, we should do well to reconnect ourselves in whatever way possible.
Alors, même que ce soit une réunion en ligne, c'est bon de faire tout ce que nous pouvons pour nous reconnecter autant que possible.
So I ask all of you to make your inputs, contribute from your respective coordinating areas, and update one another on what is happening across the continent.
Alors, j'aimerais inviter chacun de vous à vraiment vous mettre à jour et à essayer de vous reconnecter les uns les autres et puis suivre tout ce qui se passe sur le continent.
So I thank all of you for listening and thank the organizers for the opportunity to reconnect after
Alors,
nearly
je
1
vous
year.
remercie d'écouter et je remercie les organisateurs d'avoir organisé cela après une année après.
Thank you and welcome everybody.
Merci beaucoup et je vous souhaite encore la bienvenue à chacun de vous.
Have a blessed day.
Et ayez une journée bénie.
Thank you.
Merci beaucoup.
Okay, thank you, Bishop, for that wonderful welcome note.
Merci,
And
Bishop, pour ces mots de bienvenue.
for our participants, we want to remind us that you can select the language between English and French. There is an option where you can pick the language in which you want to hear the proceedings in. And it is available, I think, somewhere at the bottom of the screen. You can choose between French and English. But if you want to say a word when that time comes, you will just raise your hand and we will be able to see you and we'll be able to give you an opportunity to say something about the meeting. So as we continue with our program, and I want to welcome the Continental Coordinator, Dr. Yakubu Joseph, who is joining us all the way from Nigeria to give us a word in terms of the opening remarks. Dr. Yakubu, if you can hear us, you can unmute.
I can see.
Oui, je vous entends.
All right.
Alors, je vous vois.
So, the General Advisor, thank you so much for the inspiring opening remark that you just made. It is a great delight for me to be part of this meeting today. I'm on a 10-hour trip. I just broke the journey so I can take part in this meeting because it is an important meeting. And I'm so glad that we can reconnect after several months of furlough. We have a chance to meet again, at least virtually. I would like to also recognize the staff of the Central Office for their efforts in the past months, and also in orchestrating this meeting. I want to thank all those who are taking part in this meeting. And I want to, on behalf of the FoRB, Sub-Saharan Africa FoRB Trainers Network, welcome all of you to this important meeting. I want to recognize those that have been part of this network for a long period of time, even from the inception, and the new members who are joining us for the first time. We are aware that there have been trainings of trainers that took place. One was through the efforts of Progmura, and there was another one also through the partner Stephanos Foundation, the learning platforms. And once we become part of this network, we are all one. There is no difference. We are one big family across Sub-Saharan Africa. I feel that this meeting is coming at an important juncture in the life of this network, because over the past few months, we have had some period of silence. It's possible that some country networks have been active. At least I have seen some activities from Uganda. I'm sure there have been activities also in other countries. And the fact that I'm trying to even figure out which countries have had some activities also, as it's a very important indicator to us that we need to have a more robust information sharing mechanism that will help to keep us all abreast with what is going on within the network, even for the purpose of learning from one another. We also have not had interactions at the continental level or the subcontinental levels. And this is also something I believe that this meeting is going to provide us with the space to reflect, because we have a good structure. The continental, the sub-regional, and the national tiers are very important components of the overall FoRB trainers network. And therefore, we have to leverage this structure to make sure that to make the work of the network more vibrant. And I feel also that it is important we hear more from the Secretariat, the central office, just to know what is going on. I know that the WhatsApp platforms are there, but information is hardly trickling down from the central office to at least some of the platforms that I belong to. And I think we really need to revisit that and find a way to rejig the communication or information flow between the central office and the networks. This is also part of a process where all of us as network members can bring our ideas together and develop a roadmap as to where we want to be, especially from now to the end of the year. We are almost getting to the middle of the year, and not so much has been done at the level of the networks. this will be a
Alors,
very
cela qui est fait
important
au
time
niveau
to look at that. I want us to also ponder on the question of
Alors, j'aimerais aussi que nous puissions revenir
keeping the network going, and
sur
it
les
doesn't have
questions
to
de
depend
comment
on
les réseaux se passent.
initiatives that are driven from the central office alone. We need to have
Voilà, que les
the
initiatives ne
national
viennent pas seulement du bureau
teams
central,
or the national networks becoming
mais que
self-motivated,
les réseaux, même
because that is the
nationaux,
way that we can
deviennent
make
en fait
the network
puissent se
sustainable.
motiver eux-mêmes.
But if we depend on only when the headquarters or the central office initiates some process and perhaps also mobilizes resources that we can act, it means that we have the structure is not sustainable. So we should think, how can we make this structure sustainable? How can we become self-motivating? How can we develop some kind of process whereby we can actually become the engine room of activities for the whole PROCMURA FoRB project across sub-Saharan Africa? Now, I'm just raising questions. That's what I consider part of my job. But I hope that based on the agenda, we will attempt to answer these questions, and we will leave this meeting better informed, better organized, and motivated and ready to take this work that we are doing a notch higher. Lastly, I would like to once again thank the General Advisor for your leadership, and to thank also the team leader, the program officer, and other staff of the central office for your continuing efforts. And we are also expecting that you're not going to relent, that will sustain the momentum. And for the rest of my brothers and sisters across sub-Saharan Africa, I would like to say that the issue of freedom of religion or belief is too important for us to adopt a submarinic approach where we come up to the surface of the water and then go back for a long time under the water. It is an issue that we must maintain sustained engagement because it is a very important issue. Those of us that have gone through the training know how important FoRB is and how it is related to important issues that determine even life and death in some context, as well as also the question of human development. And therefore, your sacrifice, your commitment, and your dedication are extremely vital for this initiative. Thank you so much. And my Continental coordinator is not able to join us today, has sent an apology, but he is going to get informed of the proceedings of this meeting. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Joseph Yakubu, for that wonderful presentation. And yes, indeed, we believe that we will leave this meeting better informed and better motivated to carry this work forward. And to help us in doing that, I want to welcome our program officer, Reverend Dr. Sally, who will give us an update on the FoRB Trainers Network project at this point in time. Karibu sana, Daktari, as we would say in Swahili.
Thank you so much, Dr. Yakubu, and thank you, Mr. Abuya. Now, this network was established sometime in November 2022 with the aim of bringing together all FoRB trainers across sub-Sahara Africa, so that together we can share our experiences and support one another in our endeavors to promote freedom of religion or belief across Africa. When we launched the network, we started with about 56 trainers, and today we have more than 200 trainers across the continent who are now engaged in various activities and initiatives to promote FoRB for all in Africa. Now, the launch of this Sub-Sahara Trainers Network is part of a project powered by Stephanas Alliance. And when we launched the network, we agreed to work in 3 pilot countries at the time of the launch, and that was Nigeria, Kenya, and Tanzania. And during the launch, we elected or appointed coordinators. We have listened to Dr. Joseph Yakubu, who is the Continental Coordinator, coming from Nigeria. And then we have his co-coordinator, who is Sheikh Dr. Harun Zagun from Ghana. And then we had regional coordinators of the Sub-Sahara Trainers Network. We have Dr. McAfee from Ghana. We have Sheikh Ahmed Said from Kenya, and Reverend Sekaseko Wilberforce from Uganda. Because at that time we were piloting 3 countries, we had country coordinators at that time, who are still the coordinators specific to the projects under the Sub-Sahara Trainers Network. And in Nigeria, we have the Reverend Ukoa Gobia. In Kenya, we have the Reverend Dr. John Peter Mbwire. And in Tanzania, we have Hidayah Mauludi. Now, some of the activities that we have been able to do at the level of country, regional, and continental. Remember, for continental and regional, we did more of virtual meetings. And for the country programs, we have been able to do pilot activities on TOT, celebration of religious and cultural diversity. Much of this we'll hear from the coordinators. Now, part 2 of the Sub-Sahara Trainers Network project, we were lucky to have a new project, which is focusing on FoRB for women. And this project gave us an opportunity to bring together the members of the Continental Network. And we were able to bring about 40 trainers across Africa for a continental workshop on FoRB for women, which is the focus for the new project. This workshop was held within the long week activities of the 2024 18th General Assembly of Prokmura in Mombasa. Now, the criteria which we selected those who participated in this meeting was based on their activeness in the network, and some of them have been sharing stories which are required for us to come up with the annual FoRB magazines, since we could not bring everyone physically for this meeting. During this meeting, we appointed or elected other coordinators who are specific to the FoRB projects for women in Sub-Sahara Africa. And they are Dr. Wotani Regina for Cameroon. We have Ms. Harry for Kenya. We have Madam Justina for Nigeria. And then we had 2 other appointed male coordinators to support the women. And that is Reverend Evans Mwangi for Kenya. And we also had one for Nigeria. Now, the challenges we are facing so far is the activeness of the Continental Network, just as Dr. Yakubu mentioned. One of our activity was to encourage each and every one of us to be able to share stories on violation of FoRB, best practices in terms of promoting FoRB in our various contexts and countries. And since 2022, we have been putting together an annual magazine where that magazine contains our stories, our achievements, the impact we are making at our various countries and projects. But most of us have not been able to respond to that call. And so our plea is to see how we can work together to strengthen this network. At this point, our counterparts in Asia, that's the FoRB Asia continent, they have already requested us to have an exchange program with them. That's with the Sub-Sahara FoRB Trainers Network. And we think we need to put our house in order so that when we are interacting with them in an exchange program, we also have a lot and valuable contributions to bring on board. So far, that is where we are at the level of the network. And I'm happy that the coordinator has welcomed those who are joining us for the first time, who are now joining the Continental Network and have finished their TOT training using different platforms. So that's the update. As we go further, we'll be able to take questions or concerns. Thank you very much. Allow me at this time to invite the team leader of Finance and Administration of POCMORA, Madam Joy Wandabwa, to moderate the next session where we'll be looking at updates from trainers, and this will include project coordinators and all other trainers who have something to share, and also questions or any other concerns. So, Madam Joy Wandabwa, you have the audience.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sally. Thank you, Dr. Yakubu, for the introduction and welcome for the network meeting. And to all our participants, again, I want to take this opportunity to thank you for making time to be with us this afternoon here in Kenya. I know it's still a bit of morning in West African region, but nevertheless, we appreciate your presence. We can see that there's a good turnout, and just again to say we are very, very grateful. Just as Dr. Yakubu has mentioned, and our program officer has given us an update on the on what the network has been doing so far from a global sense. Mine is to bring it down to the country level and just give you an update, and I'll be giving an opportunity to the trainers or the different countries to tell us what they have been doing. But I want to point out that yes, there has been silence on the global network or the continental network, because we have been back and forth trying to do a lot of things, but just as Dr. Yakubu has said, we need to look into the issue of more open communication and then centralization between the central office and the different networks. Because currently our focus has been on the countries that are already implementing actively on the ground, implementing FoRB. And as Dr. Sally has shared with us, I would just want to say that POCMORA is currently implementing, apart from the Sub-Sahara Trainers Network, we are currently having specific country programs in about 5 countries. And that is in 2 projects. We have the NORAD project, which is being implemented by Kenya, Tanzania, and Nigeria. And then we also have now the Women Project, which is being implemented again by Nigeria, Kenya, and Cameroon. So we've had quite a number of activities at the country level. And so we think that it will be good for these countries to give us an update on what they have been doing, because we are aware that the entire network, so to speak, may not really be abreast with what is happening across even those countries. And I think we've had a challenge where some of the countries, particularly those ones who are not having active projects, have not quite been, in the loop of what is going on in the countries that are implementing. And we are happy to say, and when we look at the way forward, is that because these countries have started at their level, here at the central office, we have been analyzing, we have been directly in communication, even with those countries that are not directly implementing a project. But then we are happy to say that the FoRB is really something that is within us in our countries, and PROCMURA has purposed to continue enhancing this particular project. And so what does that mean? That even as we conclude today, we are looking at now bringing on board perhaps maybe more countries on board, because our partners who are supporting this have also been very, very actively engaging us and now keen on expanding the country base. So we are hoping that as we look into that, we'll also be able to hear from those countries that are not doing anything, so that as we put forward new projects, we will now expand our base and be able to, argue and justify why FoRB should go into, a bigger network and actually being managed by the network itself. And so I know that there are other countries who may not be directly under PROCMURA, but they are also implementing freedom of religion or belief, because PROCMURA, again, is coordinating the entire Sub-Sahara network, whether it is directly by PROCMURA or by different other organizations, all are under the network. And so we hope that in this meeting, I know that there are many of us who are here, like, for example, Felix from Nigeria. He's been very active. He will be able to share with us. There are some people in South Sudan. There are others who are also in the East Africa region and have worked a lot with Uganda, that's GISRA. They are not part of PROCMURA, but they are on the FoRB network. So those are just but examples. So as I give an opportunity to those who have been implementing PROCMURA projects, I will give them the floor so that they go ahead, starting with either maybe Hidayah. I know they are here. Hidayah from Tanzania, that's Zanzibar. We have Reverend Venerable Malam from Nigeria. We have Dr. Evans from Kenya, and that's in the coastal region of Mombasa. We also have Dr. Watani from Cameroon, Boya, also who has been implementing this project. So the coordinators know that they have been actively doing something on the ground. Needless to say that we also carried out a baseline survey, which we had also hoped at the end of last year to share it with you, so that those countries that had opportunity to engage on the baseline would also get to share with their other countries what the issues have been. And so I take this opportunity to welcome Hidayah from Zanzibar to kindly share with us what the Zanzibar or the Tanzanian team, maybe alongside Reverend Kamenya, who I'm not so sure is in, but I know that Hidayah is here with us this afternoon. So karibu sana, Hidayah.
Thank you very much. I hope you can hear me, because
yes, we can
I was having some problem with my network. You can hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon. Here is afternoon now in Tanzania, and I'm really happy and grateful for this chance because since we met at Mombasa last year, it's been like several months, and when I saw this email, I was like a little bit glad that okay, so we are still active and doing our FoRB activities and everything. So for our side in Tanzania, there are several trainers, and as you said, like there are old who understand FoRB education, FoRB knowledge, but also new. And I'm really happy. I just got engaged in at least adding something on a Swahili version of the local changemaker course. When I saw that, I was really happy because it has been like we are using the local changemaker course for local changemaker course, but if it is in Swahili, that means that we are going to engage more people in the ground, more people who are like normal people who are just engaging themselves in a daily life and in FoRB. For example, madrasa teachers, Sunday school teachers, and even youth who doesn't have a lot of knowledge, but they have just normal knowledge to engage themselves in FoRB. So I'm really happy, and for us, for now, we are looking forward because we are going to get in election. This is election year, so most of the time we are engaging youth, women, and madrasa and Sunday school teachers in promoting peace among people, despite our differences in religious and understanding of FoRB. As we know, that is not something that's easier. Mostly, for example, here in Zanzibar is 90% is 95% Muslims. So when you introduce something like FoRB, people are always thinking in negatively way. But I'm really glad we're still doing that. We have several people several trainers who are joining. Even here now, I see some people, Pendaeli, and for me, I've been engaging trainers around Tanzania, not only Zanzibar, and also even those youth who we met in Mombasa last year. We're still in contact. We're still sharing things together and about FoRB, and I believe together we can do something really strong about the situation that is coming in near future. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Hidayah, for sharing what Tanzania is doing. And we are also happy to learn that the translation for the local change makers has begun in Swahili. And I know that we reached out to a number of you from Tanzania, Kenya, and Nigeria, because for Nigeria, it's also being translated in Hausa. And we have been in contact with our partners, and we know that that is going on. So thank you so much for that. I know that Tanzania has also carried a number of workshops. And just as Hidayah has said, we have people with us here today who have also been part of that workshop, and we are looking forward to continue with the project because the Tanzania project had ended, and because of the reportage that came from there, the partners were gave us an extension just a couple of weeks ago, so that we have a few projects before the end of the year, like engaging radio communication, community, trying to see how that will go. So Hidayah, we are looking forward to continue engaging with you on the project. And then I will take this opportunity to also give a chance to Dr. Evans Mwangi, Mombasa. Daktari, if you're there, if you can share what Mombasa in the coastal region has been doing.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, Daktari, we can hear you very well. I would like to apologize that we are having some technical problems on the French side, and we are going to take a few minutes after the sharing, so that we can sort out that, and the translation is going to be simultaneous. So French brothers, just bear with us a bit. We are going to put you back in the loop with our translator, Miss Lydia, who is on standby. Thank you so much. Daktari, kindly go ahead.
Good afternoon, and how are you? I want to believe in some parts of Africa could be in the morning, but for us here in Kenya, it is afternoon. So good afternoon. I want to say it is an honor to share our recent progress as far as promoting freedom of the region and belief, which we commonly call FoRB, here in this part of Kenya, which is the Kenyan coast. To begin with, last year is when we actually had a baseline survey down here, and we covered the upper coast and the lower coast. In the upper coast, we had the survey done in Voi, and then in the lower coast, we had the survey done in Mombasa City. Then we went to part of Kwale and also in Kilifi. So Kilifi represented that other part of Malindi and Lamu, and Voi represented actually the upper coast. And of course, Mombasa now, the central part of coast. That we did, and of course, we had a chance last year also to present the results. We had a discussion on that, a presentation, just in summary. And earlier this year, we conducted a training of trainers, that is TOT, and we did this in 2 key locations. One happened in Mtongwe, that is in Mombasa, where we chose this place because that's where we have many of the Christians and the Muslims living together. Then we had another one in Rabai, which is in Kilifi, another area again where we have Christians and Muslims also living together. And our focus here was to empower local women, and we successfully trained more than 30 women from these 2 communities. Now, from this group that we trained early this year, we managed to select about 10 outstanding individuals so that they could continue championing FoRB in their respective areas. That is one in Mtongwe and another one in Rabai. And we have seen that the education is already making a difference, and we are preparing to follow up with them. I'm sure some of them are in our discussion this time, so that we can support them on their ongoing work and also to address any challenges they may be encountering. Now, our approach to FoRB, I would say it is multi-layered. So we work through intra-religious, then inter-religious, and extra-religious pathways that should build tolerance, understanding, and also collaboration among different faith communities that we have here in Mombasa, in Coast. Now, issues to do with the community dialogues, gender-specific forums, and of course, capacity building sessions. They are some of the methods we use to foster inclusivity and also to address issues such as gender equity and of course radicalization that happens down here. Now, when we look ahead, We are planning also to have another training. Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Oh, okay. I'm seeing that somebody is calling. Joy is calling me, eh?
Oh, sorry about that. I think, sorry about that, but we have 5 minutes, please.
You can hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
2
we can
minutes
hear
more.
you, Dr.
Yeah. Okay, I've seen Joy calling me. That's why I got concerned.
Okay, sorry about that. We just wanted to remind us when we get the floor, we have some 5 minutes to do our presentation so that we allow as many people to share as possible. Thank you, Dr.
Okay. So I was just saying that apart from the two training, the two areas that we have had the TOT training, we are also looking ahead. We are planning where we will meet the religious leaders in this area, because we know religious leaders, they are actually important gatekeepers in our communities. And of course, they have a lot of influence as far as attitudes and behavior on matters of faith are concerned. And so by equipping them, of course, with the knowledge and the skills about FoRB, we aim at strengthening the foundation, of course, for peaceful coexistence, and of course, respect for diverse beliefs that we have down here. And to ensure that there is a lasting impact here, we will also continue to monitor progress and share best practices, and also engage in discussions among all stakeholders. In fact, sometimes late last year, we had one discussion with the stakeholders in those places that I've mentioned. And we are praying that in this area, we are even able to reach individuals, particularly like the youth and women, because we feel that this is where the knowledge about FoRB is really needed in this place. And we are praying that we shall continue working together, and particularly with the office of Tukumura in Nairobi. We want to say they have been supporting us, and we are committed to continue doing this. So briefly, that is what we have been doing, and we pray that we are going to do more as far as FoRB is concerned in this place. Thank you. I don't know whether my colleague Harry is there. Maybe she can add something. Harry? If Harry is there, maybe she can add some more information.
Okay, Dr. Maybe you can go to someone else, then we'll ask,
Okay.
we'll give her the mic a bit later. You will allow us to give her the mic a bit later.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Dr. Evans, coordinator focusing on the coastal region of Kenya. I know that we have Dr. Bwire, who will be speaking in the end and just giving an overall Kenyan perspective in terms of FoRB. But then allow me now to call Dr. Watani from Cameroon to also just share, but in 5 minutes, Dr. Watani. I know you're having network problems, but kindly go ahead.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. Good day to our Bishop Samuel. Good day to the program officer, team leader, the continental coordinator, and everybody who is taking part. My brother Sheikh and Dr. Margaret. I want to thank the Promora team for organizing this conference. And we are very glad to give our update on our activities. We want to sincerely thank Promora and FoRB for giving us this opportunity in peace building and peaceful coexistence by having knowledge on Promora and FoRB. After our meeting that we had in Mombasa, I came back and we're given the opportunity to have a baseline survey on the violations of FoRB in our area. And our area is the southwest region of Cameroon, the English-speaking part of Cameroon. We had our baseline results and we submitted, and from the baseline survey, online survey, it showed that we have a lot of violation of FoRB in this part of Cameroon. And after that baseline study, we're also given the opportunity to inform the stakeholders on the report of FoRB baseline survey. So we organized a stakeholders meeting that brought together pastors, the imam, Muslim and Christian women leaders, the traditional authorities of this area. So we presented to them the state of the violations of freedom of religion or belief in this part of Cameroon called Southwest. And from the stakeholders meeting, the Muslim leaders, the Christian leaders, and the traditional leaders, they were all behind women. They promised to be behind us, and we're very happy that this program is coming because the larger population presently in our community is made up of women who are very active in the socio-political economic life of the country this way. And so they were very happy to be behind us to ensure that the FoRB program goes ahead. And after this stakeholders meeting, we gave them the baseline report. We submitted the stakeholders report to the central office in Kenya. And by the grace of God, we were engaged in our first capacity building workshop, the TOT, training of trainers of women, all in promoting FoRB for women in sub-Sahara Africa. And so this workshop was based only for FoRB for women. It took place in Boya, Cameroon from the 17th to the 18th of March, 2025. The aim of this workshop, we had many objectives. The objective, the overall goal of the training of trainers on FoRB was to build a competent, confident, and a committed women leaders who can act as ambassadors of FoRB in this, our community. And the specific objective was for enhancing understanding of FoRB to equip the participants with in-depth knowledge of the concept, the legal foundations, and practical implications of FoRB, to develop training capacity, build participants' ability to train others in their communities on FoRB principles, rights, and responsibilities. Specifically also to promote interfaith dialogue, foster mutual respect, collaboration, and peaceful coexistence among women of different faiths through shared learning experiences to empower women as change agents, strengthen women's leadership in advocating for religious freedom, tolerance, and gender equity within religious and community structures, address religious discrimination and violence by identifying and analyzing key issues affecting FoRB, including harmful social norms, religious-based discrimination, and gender-based violence. And finally, to establish a network of FoRB trainers committed to promote the knowledge to other faith groups, schools, and community platforms. This workshop targeted participants of the Southwest region in Cameroon from religiously diverse communities in and around Buea. And the topics included understanding for.
We have 1 more minute.
Pardon?
One more minute.
I have 1 more minute. So this workshop was successful. We want to thank
About that, it looks like we've lost Dr. Regina Watani, but I think she was winding up. We will give her a minute when she comes back. It's technology again.
It's 5 minutes.
Yeah. So we'll go back to the discussion.
Thank you, Cameroon. Dr. Watani, I know that there are other Cameroonians who have signed in and who are also doing a lot. Sheikh Abdul Aziz, I know we will give you an opportunity. The Northern part, Reverend Goek, our chairperson. There's a lot going on in Cameroon, and I'm just hoping that we can also share contextual issues that are cutting across some of our countries. I take this opportunity now to welcome Nigeria, Elder Justina. Kindly share with us. She's our FoRB coordinator in Nigeria, particularly in the north. I know that Reverend Ukoha is also here, and we'll be sharing more on the SAI project, but then Elder Justina, kindly, the floor is yours for women.
Thank you very much. The coordinator, the continental coordinator, the general advisor, Joy, and all the team members that are present this morning. It is very, very pertinent for us that we are here to join a global community of practice of people who believe in FoRB. We are very happy to be here in your midst this morning. This is to share a brief of what we have done in Nigeria since last year, of which we've been given this opportunity to become part and parcel of especially when it comes to promotion of women on the issues of FoRB. Just to give a brief background, that FoRB in Nigeria, we also have been part of the project that is called GISRA. And so leveraging on the idea of GISRA, we are able to forge ahead to also look at communities who we are not part of the GISRA project, to be able to amplify the voices of what we've been doing in Progmora project since inception. And so we, just like our colleague from Cameroon have said, we had the baseline. And after the baseline, we were able to discover that actually there were lots and lots of violations of FoRB in our various communities as it relates to women. when you come to issues of forced marriages, when you come to issues of actually forced conversion, early marriages, these were lots of issues that we are really discovered. And gender-based violence, where women were actually killed and maimed. These were a lot of issues that we discovered in our part of the world. That is in northern Nigeria. Kaduna and Plateau was chosen for this project, and these are hotspot zones when it comes to Nigeria on these issues of FoRB violations. And so after the baseline, we also had to gather stakeholders, Christians and Muslims leaders, especially religious leaders, because we believe that if we get it right with religious leaders, I think the issues of FoRB will be minimized in our communities. And so we brought religious leaders and then shared the results of the baseline with them. And actually, we are very happy to announce that a lot of outcomes have already been collected. Some of these outcomes, which we have part of those outcomes, has been that a lot of religious leaders today have accepted that they will work and they will try their best to make sure that even if it is not wholly or completely, that they will find a way to include women in decision-making processes. After that, as we are talking now, we have also had TOT. We have selected critical stakeholders who are really in this business to support the issues of FoRB and then build their capacities using the change makers FoRB manual. We are also trying to develop the Hausa version, which Joy has mentioned earlier, so that it can trickle down to also the grassroots. And so it is a mass movement, after which we also had church leaders trainers. It was very, very important for us to bring church leaders from different churches. We had 20 of them in Plateau and 20 of them in Kaduna. These church leaders were men and female. And we are able to discover that except women are included in every decision-making processes, even in FoRB-related issues, achieving development in our part of the world will also still be a challenge. And so the religious leaders at the end of the workshop came up with actionable points of how they can also, especially people from hard to reach churches who up till now have not been able to include women in decision-making processes or in leadership positions. They have been able to take a commitment of how this can happen gradually in their churches, which is also a very remarkable one for us here in the North. Presently, we are working assiduously to make sure that we also amplify our voices through the media. We are still on that conversation, and we still have to see how promotion of FoRB for women in sub-Saharan Africa, how we can get to the media, and how we can invite critical stakeholders on a weekly basis or maybe every other week to come and speak on these issues involving men and women, boys and girls, because all voices has to be heard in this process. So this is what we are planning to do in addition to the production of the Hausa version of the manual, which we will be using during the period. And so I just want to use this opportunity to thank Prugmora for always being there to make sure that the voices of Christians and Muslims are heard all over Africa, especially this important project for trying to see how voices of women and girls are promoted in Africa. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Elder Justina. We appreciate you and the work that you're doing in Nigeria. This session, I know that we have other coordinators in the room. We have Dr. Bwire, Harry, and Ukoha. I know that your countries have spoken, but even as we move into opening up the discussion to allow other organizations that may be in the room that are also implementing FoRB or projects on FoRB in their different contexts, I would like to allow any of those coordinators, if they have something to say, before we can now open the discussions, so that anyone who now wants to engage from any other organization can be able to have the opportunity to share.
Maybe our team leader, as they come in, it's also important to recognize that we have our participants who are giving us reactions in the chat box, and we have various reactions coming in thicker. And we have, if we can read a few of them, we have Abera Lema. Abera Lema, I hope I pronounced your name well, all right, from LM International Somalia country office. And he says, I have trained in certificate for FoRB for FABO platform. It is my wish to get my magazine published by Procmura. I believe you meant your article published in the Procmura FoRB magazine. We also have other reaction from, let's see, Uganda, I'm online. That is a reaction again. Thank you, Uganda. Thank you so much, great able leader, Elder Ambassador Justina. We'll be reading some of your messages as we continue. That was just to recognize other participants who are sending us their reaction in the chat box. As our team leader said, if you have something you want to say to us, just raise your hand and we'll be giving you an opportunity in a few minutes.
Thank you. Any of the coordinators, any member, Bishop Samweni, I can see your hand is up. Kindly go ahead. We also have Pastor Yamengo from Burkina Faso. Thank you for joining us. I hope that we are able to sort out the French translation, but I know that your English is good. You can communicate for now. I can see Mark Christiana from Sierra Leone. Their hands are up. So I open up the floor for those hands. Bishop Samweni, kindly.
Well, I'm just completely off. I don't know. Completely.
Is it the network or is the problem from our side?
I'm completely cut off. I don't know what is happening now. I see the pictures, I see the scenes, but I don't hear anything.
But we can hear you, Bishop.
You can hear me. Please, am I supposed to say anything now?
I was just saying that
I was saying that I'm completely cut off. Yes.
We have reconnected you.
Okay, we'll reconnect you again.
That's right. Yes.
Reverend,
for some time now, I have been offline. So,
Reverend,
sorry.
Pastor Yamengo, sorry, Bishop. Pastor Yamengo, you can go ahead. Unmute, please, Pastor. Burkina Faso.
Okay, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor.
Okay, I'm very happy to see you and to speak with every of you. I want, if it is possible, if we especially need experts to share the training modules for FoRB. It is possible?
Yes, Pastor, we hear you. You would like to have part of the local change makers course We also have it in French, so we are able to share that with you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Ma Christiana from Sierra Leone, I can see your hand is up. Welcome. Kindly go ahead, Ma Christiana.
Good afternoon, everyone. A blessed day to all of us. As we gather here, we've missed a lot of voices since we came from Kenya the last time. We've missed the voices, but thank God some of us are here now. And I'm grateful to be part of the meeting. And in our own little way, we've been doing our own work here in Sierra Leone. We're meeting with churches in every opportunity we have as interfaith groups. We, especially with the women, will be meeting and discussing the interfaith women, especially in the Interreligious Council. We met and we discussed part of what we are doing in our workshop. We include the FoRB's training for women, to see the part women play in religion. And for us, we thank God for Sierra Leone. We don't have too much of a problem with faith and women in religions per se. The most aspect we have is the area of GBV and SGBV. But when it comes to the aspect of religious beliefs, we don't have too much of it. We thank God for that. But even though we are having some signs and we are not taking it for granted, that's why whenever we meet in every aspect, we call attention, work with the religious leaders to ensure women are given opportunities to play their own role in the area of faith, so that the message can reach, especially in the villages where it's hard to reach, it can reach there. And recently we have a program. We thank God that we have to intervene, and it's attracted people from Liberia also to be part of it. In Sierra Leone, it's like a Mano River program, sort of sponsored. We have some sponsorship from Pokmora, and we have other partners coming in, Christian Aid, we have side-by-side movement, and other, where we held a workshop, a 2 days workshop that focuses on safe motherhood and comprehensive abortion, to which it attracted a lot of attention because of the stand which the government had wanted to take in relation to promoting abortion, as giving women rights to abort their babies as and when they feel like. And as religious leaders, it was a big thing for us, and we had to mobilize from the province. We brought many religious leaders coming together, and we took our stand. We engaged the government as well to ensure that they know we are not part of it. We will not accept it. Yes, women have rights to their bodies. Women have opportunities, but they should not be seen as having babies and getting rid of them. It was a great program.
1 minute, if we can wind up, please.
Yeah, so I'm winding up. I just want to say we are really doing great work here in relation to FoRB and in relation to SGBV, to ensure we stand as religious leaders for peace and bring love and unity among people, giving people opportunity to express their rights and also express their responsibility, and government to know that the religious group knows what they are doing, and we stand for what's correct to save our nation. So we want to thank God for that great program that we had. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Ma, for sharing what is happening in Sierra Leone. I can see there are many hands up. Reverend Dr. Johnson from Liberia, kindly go ahead. 2 minutes, please. I can see there are other Liberians in the house also. Florence, thank you for joining. Dr. Johnson, karibu.
Thank you so kindly, Joy and others, and on the platform this morning and this afternoon, wherever you are. We want to say thank you for this opportunity. As for us in Liberia, we are doing well, especially the FoRB program. What we have done through Pomoro office, we are working with the universities, especially the AME Zion University, where we have the young people are organized the FoRB club that meet once a month. So people have the free opportunity to be awareness. And in a community called Bombi community, where we have the Muslim and ETR and Christianity, and the opportunity we have met with the local chiefs and the local authorities in a town hall meeting where we share some thoughts on how to provide opportunity for people to move forward. And we are looking up to the point where there will be a mutual understanding of the MOU between some faith-based groups to see how they can give opportunity to the people to have the opportunity to choose whatever religion they want, or hindrance, or setback. I want to thank all of you for the good work, and I pray that we'll continue to work together. Thank you so kindly.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Emmanuel from Liberia. Dr. Laundry from Nigeria. Dr. Lonji Dambok from Nigeria, kindly. We've had some engagements with you. I know you're doing a lot of work in Nigeria.
All right, thank you, Joy, and a very good afternoon to everyone. It's been a while. Can you hear me?
Yes, Dr. We can hear you.
All right, thank you, all the contributors, and I just want to add to what the Intercontinental Director, Dr. Yakubu, pointed out while making his presentation. And then I heard, talking about submarinic approach to our engagement when it comes to FoRB. And I think I actually can relate to that, because on the average, I try to engage from time to time to begin to assess the dividend so far of our FoRB engagement, as well as activities even where I am. And then I discovered that a lot of people don't have the knowledge of FoRB. They don't even know what FoRB is all about. And so when you try to engage them, it sounds strange. Some are hearing the word for the first time. And then I discovered that consistency of accountability meetings is going to do us a lot of good. And I am trying to see the possibility where we can establish accountability partnership among the trainers of FoRB, so that at every point in time, there is one activity or the other going on with individuals as well as the collective body. So I would want us going forward, because it's not just enough for us to come and sit down and then, at some very, very isolated places, some people are engaging, and it does not go beyond those people and wherever it is that they are having to do with. So I would want to say that going forward from this platform, can we begin to establish an accountability system? So much so that even if it is a cross-country accountability system, accountability partners, so that if, for instance, I have an accountability partner in Cameroon, we should be able to have an avenue where from time to time we engage ourselves. What is going on, and how is it going on? And then we share ideas and then advise one another. I think that is going to help us to, in a long way, come up with something that is visible, so that we should not just be thought to be existing, but we should actually be seen. We should be heard. So I feel we should be able to come up with something that would give us that leverage. Now, having said that, I am also noting that somehow there will be a need for us to begin to count on the achievement of FoRB, so much so that by the time we are engaging people, we are presenting some of the achievements, the visible achievements that we're able to gain over time, so that it will not just be about having a roundtable discussions only, but that people in the street can relate, can be able to see that it is as a result of our FoRB engagement that we're able to achieve this. And that's why you see this happening in so place. That's why you could be able to see this person that was not in talking terms, or this religion that was not in talking terms, the adherents of these religions that were not in talking terms are now talking in talking terms with this other adherents. So these are things that I would want us to begin to focus on, so that we begin to look at a different horizon that we can assess our achievements and then be able to present it to people out there, so as to steer them to be part of our activities in FoRB and all of that. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Longi. Those are very good observations, and I think you are actually opening up the floor for our next session, which is more on the strategies for strengthening the FoRB trainers network. And you have given us very, very good suggestions, and I hope that Sheikh Musa Mwale, as you prepare to, take us through that session, you are beginning to take note of the suggestions. I'll give an opportunity to one more. I think Pass, your hand has been up for some time. Apologies for that. Kindly 2 minutes, share something, and then we have Zainab, and then we can move to the next session of strategies of strengthening this FoRB network. Pass. I'm sorry, I'm reading my screen. I may not have the name correctly, but my screen says Pass. He's muted. We can't hear him. We have Zainab as Pass prepares, maybe Zainab, an opportunity for you to share. Zainab Abdullahi, are you there? Kindly unmute.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, as one of those who were trained here in Cameroon, I had the privilege to receive the training, and I decided to move to a particular place in the southwest, is Tico, because it was intentional, because this particular group of women are the Muslim women, and particularly tribe, which they practice a lot of early marriages, and the culture is really rooted to these women. So we were opportune to train 30 women on that day to talk to them about FoRB, about freedom of worship. And they share a lot of challenges that they are facing by putting on their hijabs during their antenatal visits in the hospital, and their children also to put hijab while going to school. And we had about 5 hours training with them, and we share a lot of opportunities that FoRB is having to do with them. And we are promising them that we are going to work with the stakeholders in the community, so that their children could be allowed with these hijabs to go to school in the next academic year, because we are rounding up the academic year in Cameroon now. And also, most of them talk about intimate partner violence because they are not allowed by their husbands to move or to interact with the other religious around, or maybe during their funerals or during when they are invited for some occasions. And we are trying to see how we can also organize something with their husbands and the imams so that they can really allow these women to be free. So I think it is really a lot of work, but I think with the help of Dr. Regina Wotani, we are going to bring her in the next training so that she can really elaborate well and help us to see how we can overcome these challenges. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Zainab. I'm so happy to hear from you, and that you just had the training 2 months ago or something, and you're already taking your own initiatives to carry out FoRB. So I know that I can see a lot of new members, new trainees. So we are looking forward to, in the Procmura magazine, so that we can also share these stories and experiences, and so that other people can get to know what we are really doing. So I will close that.
Talking of new participants or some people who are joining us for the first time, it's important we also appreciate some of them who have taken a step to message us actually in the text box. And we have Suleiman Sani, who is joining us from Nigeria, and is saying this is very informative and is happy that he joined this meeting. Those are some of the responses that we really love to hear.
Thank you, Sam. In media, they have to have effective communication and make sure that everybody is brought on board. So we appreciate you all, and I want to know that we have a few more minutes. So just to give opportunity to Sheikh Musa Mwale, who is going to, take us through that session of strategies of strengthening for the trainers network. Thank you, Sheikh Musa Mwale. Karibu sana. Sheikh, kindly unmute and go ahead. He's unmuted? Okay. We need to put him on panelist. Who was there? As we wait for Sheikh, I'll probably give opportunity.
As we try to get Sheikh Musa, we also want to appreciate Reverend Sekasiko, who is writing to us all the way from Uganda. And we also have Dola, who is writing to us. So we really appreciate.
He said he can hear us, but we cannot hear. Maybe it's a technical problem, Sheikh. It's just that we can't hear you. We can see that you are online. Maybe you will sign out and come back again. I don't know. Technical team. You can hear me? Can you drop and come back in? Emmanuel wants to say something. Dr. Emmanuel, your hand is up. Do you want to say something?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
I would just like to appreciate the update from Dr. Sally, and I would appreciate if you could share a copy of an update on this FoRB stuff that she just presented. That would be good.
Thank you. Maybe I allow Dr. Sally, our program officer, to start us off on this project as we allow Sheikh to join us because of time. Dr. Sally? Yeah. Okay.
Okay, as we wait for Sheikh Musa Mwale to join us, I think we can go ahead with the conversation on how we can strengthen the network. I know we already had a few suggestions earlier there from Dr. Longi. He threw in some lights on what we can do in order to make this network active, where it's not just active at the level of discussion online, but that our presence is felt on the ground. So it's going to be an open discussion where we would like to hear from all of us to throw in some suggestions on what we think we can do to ensure that this network is active and that will not wait for another 1 year or 3 months before we meet here virtually. But what are some of those things that we can do to ensure that the network is active and that we are also felt at the ground, not only where physical projects are being implemented, but what other things can we do in other countries that do not even have active projects to ensure that we are felt at the grassroots and we are impactful in what we do. I earlier shared that the ASEAN network is looking forward to having an engagement with us, and we can only do that if we are very active and running. So I'll open this session now for suggestions from all members on what we think we can do going forward. Where are the gaps? Where do we need to fill in? What do we need to strengthen? What strategies do we need to put in place so that we strengthen the network and that it's more impactful? So I open the conversation. If you have any suggestion, please kindly raise up your hand and we'll give you the audience. Thank you. We have a hand up from Anajia. We are unmuting you from our end, so you unmute yourself also and take the floor.
Yeah, thank you very much for giving me this chance to be the first to speak upon. My name is Anania Ndondole. I'm the National Youth Chairperson of the Evangelical Lutheran Church in Tanzania. And thank you very much for this session. I would like to suggest that in order to strengthen this network and to make this network working for a longer time, we need to downplay or to make this network functioning in the grassroots or in the local levels, so that can be easy also to have recognitions and making sure that it touches all levels, especially in the grassroots level. And also to make sure that at least in each country, we have a group of leaders who are making sure that this network is working, not only in a smaller part of the area, but at least in the larger part of the area, and also to allow having a country meeting several times, even one per month for capacity buildings and sharings, as well as storytelling concerning the issue of interfaith and the issue of collaborations with the faith community in all levels. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Reverend. Give opportunity to Dola, and just want to appreciate those suggestions, and we are taking them down. I think one of the things we need to see, which we are able to see from our end, is making sure that all the FoRB trainers in each country are coordinated, because we have a list of all the coordinators, and maybe linking them to those country coordinators where we have country coordinators or allowing those countries without coordinators to perhaps select one person who would coordinate them, and then we can have that linkage. So very good suggestion from Tanzania there. Thank you so much. I give opportunity to my colleague, Dola. Happy to have you here. I know that you have crossed over on the other side, but east or west home is best. Karibu, Dola.
Very well said. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, loud and clear, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Happy to see you, Joy. Sam, thank you so much. Dr. Sally, thank you, and greetings from an old friend called Wibke, from where I'm seated. But then a quick one with regards to the trainers network. From my experience, I'm aware that Procmura and the online TOT forums churns out a lot of trainers every other time across Africa. In that regard, my desire, therefore, is that we could have regular forums that, most importantly, the new and young trainers are able to learn from the old trainers in the areas of best practices, challenges, and how those have been overcome, so that we, in many ways, just strengthen our training capacities and capabilities. Thank you very much, and I'm very privileged to be part of this network.
Note of that on how to make sure that even the new trainees are reconnecting, and try as much as possible as Procmura to have open forums, continuous open forums. We will be agreeing on the durations, whether they are on a monthly basis, biannually, or something like that. I also want to recognize that we have new members, Liberia Bible Society. We've just read your chat. Do you want to say something?
We have actually Florence from the Liberia Bible Society. If you want to say something, you can show us by having your hand up, and we'll add you to give you the mic.
Bishop Samwini said he was having technical problems and wanted to share something on this session. Bishop, go ahead, and then we'll have Harry from Mombasa.
Thank you very much. Just the one speaking from Tanzania just a while ago actually has made part of my point. And my point is that the trainers network and the coordinators should do well to meet more regularly. Because, as I said earlier in my opening, we are at this time in an era of screen meetings, Zoom meetings. And so the more we meet regularly, the better we can update ourselves on issues, the more we can share ideas on issues either on the ground or the happenings around. So I want to also add my voice and say that our Zoom meetings should be more regular, perhaps once a month or at least twice every quarter. That could help us a lot. And so I suggest strongly that we increase the regularity of our
Bishop, we have lost you. Thank you, but it's clear he's asking for more regular meetings, online monthly meetings.
And the
sorry, Bishop. Harry, sorry, Bishop, we've lost you. Harry, let me give you an opportunity. Mombasa from the Coast Region.
Thank you for the opportunity to speak. Hello, everybody. I concur with what has been said by my colleagues about having frequent meetings so that we can be able to learn from other people, from people who are more seasoned trainers than some of us. My suggestion, I don't know if it's already there, but my suggestion is to have more engagement and interaction on a social media page for Procmura. I don't know if there's already a social media page I am believing there is a website, but I think it was the first speaker who mentioned that they weren't sure about the other activities that are going on in the other countries.
Yeah.
But if you have a social media page, then it's easy to just post pictures, videos, or whatever of what is going on in the different countries. And so if all members of the page, whether it's Instagram or LinkedIn or whatever that is, then I, as a trainer, I'm just constantly updated by what other trainers are doing, and I can also get ideas. And I can also network, and I can easily connect on social media, because we cannot escape the fact that we are on social media. And aside from it just helping us see what other people are doing within the organization, we are also able to attract other people to see what we are doing. People might not easily land on a website unless you actually Google a website versus just randomly coming across a social media page. So I'm suggesting we can do that, or on the WhatsApp. Right now there's WhatsApp communities aside from WhatsApp groups. So maybe there can be a WhatsApp community for Procmura where we can also share information there. It can be open to the trainers. There can be a group for the trainers, a group for anybody who's interested. So those are just my suggestions on how we can see what other trainers are doing across the globe, across the countries, and how we can try to be more visible to people who'd like to partner with us, or just pass on information about FoRB in general. Thank you.
Joy, sorry that I got lost in the maze. Someone is back on the line.
Yes, Bishop.
Yes, I was saying that, yes, or it's virtually emphasized all over and over again, but I was suggesting that we could become more regular in our trainers and coordinators meeting. As I was saying, because it's online and not physical, we need to meet more regularly, either once a month or at least twice in a quarter. That could give us more regular opportunities to meet, update ourselves, share ideas, and also reconnect and continue from there. And so I also re-emphasize the need for regular meetings, once a month, twice in a quarter at the least, so that we don't come back next year or half year time, and some of the things we have shared would have been out of our way. So I suggest regular meetings. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, Bishop. Thank you, Sam.
Okay, I want to really thank Harry for her observations. And it's true, we cannot escape the digital world right now. Everything has moved digital, and we are also very much present there. And for our social media platforms, we are very much active. On Facebook, you'll find us at Procmura. That is the Program for Christian-Muslim Relations in Africa. And on Twitter, you also find us at Procmura_Africa. Kindly, if we can, all of us follow those pages. I can see we are almost more than close to 70. Those are 70 new followers who we would get if we were to follow our pages right now, as Harry pointed out, because the world has become a global village, and it's very important to also cut that space in the digital world. So kindly, our pages are on Facebook. That is the Program for Christian-Muslim Relations in Africa. Once you get that, you will find our page. And on Twitter, you will find us at Procmura_Africa. And at this point, allow me to read one message from the chat box, which is from Martins, who is also emphasizing the need to strengthen the media engagement. I think I'll read that. Then there was that observation that was made from the Bible Society of Liberia. We have Florence, who is also appreciating their work, the work that we are doing, and plus what they are doing back in Liberia.
Thank you, Sam. Digital, this is also Gen Z. I know we have a lot of mix on the platform, and the analog, Bishop, I keep saying you're analog, you're being encouraged to be more alive on your, and have a social media page. I'm sure you have a Facebook page and you can connect with Procmora. So yeah, thank you. I think very good strategies being shared there. We've been told about the WhatsApp platform, and I know we have, I think, almost 10 different platforms which are country-based. And maybe just to see how, you know, at the continental level also, we get to see what is happening across us, because I know that the countries, and I happen to be in some of those platforms. Nigeria is doing a lot of FoRB activities. They are reporting issues all the time. But then you see someone in Tanzania or probably in Madagascar does not know what is happening. What can they learn from Nigeria? I know that Uganda has been very, very active. Reverend Sekosiko, you are a pusher of FoRB, and you did not only train from Procmora, you also trained from GISRA. I would like you to say something if you are there. Reverend Sekosiko from Uganda, are you there? I know I have bombarded you, but I know that you and Madame Paskovia have been very, very active. Do you have any strategies we can learn from Uganda, Reverend Sekosiko?
Have they unmuted me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Am I audible now?
Yes.
Oh, thank you so much. I had issues with network, but I thank you so much for connecting me. I thank all the previous speakers from Dr. Yakub and all the rest. Uganda, as I've already been putting my issues within the chat room, actually we have done it since we hosted the regional Eastern and Southern regional FoRB meeting in Uganda. That was so great, and it left a milestone in Uganda, because since then it opened our relationship with the Christian leaders and Muslim leaders. We are connected with the Mufut of Uganda, and when we have issues, at least we can hear one another and we can write to one another. As I've already mentioned, and as Joy has mentioned, we used GISRA. We connected with GISRA and UJCC, that is Uganda Joint Christian Council, and we went to Southern Rwenzori region where we had issues of FoRB, and that this is the Chibwetere massacres, those who are aware of that. So we have been dealing with the aftermath of the massacres since then. People had challenges, and they still they were fearing one another because of the massacre since then, and it was too bad. So we went to Rwenzori and Bundibujo, and we had several trainings supported by GISRA. I myself was the trainer. And finally, I want to mention about the new trend which we want to take on, which we have been supported with the Procumul, also the Joy and the Secretariat. They came to Uganda and Bishop Samwini, where we were making a baseline survey to see how FoRB can be connected or contextualized with this trending issue of climate change. So we are doing it. We are in Nandele, and we are still studying how we can, what can we do as Procumula in FoRB issue? How can we relate the climate issue to FoRB as a region? Of course, there are vivid answers, because this is an issue which pertains all of human beings without irrespective of their regions. So we want to see how we can connect to this, and then we beef up our proposal, which we want to write, and then we can support our projects countrywide, because Procumula Secretariat doesn't have money to support the whole continent. So we need to study. My other submission is to teach us to study how we can do fundraisings, how we can lobby for money, and do our country programs without waiting for support from Procumula. I submit. Thank you.
Good.
and climate change there. I want to give the opportunity to Sheikh Musa, who seems to be back. Bishop, you had a word? Sheikh Musa, kindly, I can see you now connected. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Do you hear me now?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, I'm so sorry for the technology. I've had to use all the gadgets available around me. I could hear you, but you couldn't. So thank you very much, and thank you all for the
network today.
Contribution. Join us.
No. It's gone again.
Sorry, it looks like we lost Sheikh Musa again.
Is muted.
Yes. It's terrible today.
Yes,
It's terrible today.
Yes,
it's terrible today.
Let's try another gadget.
Now, as we wait to bring in Sheikh Musa, just a reminder on the FoRB magazine. Please take note that the FoRB magazine is not only for Procmura's project on FoRB, it's for all the FoRB trainers across the continent. And so if you are working with an organization and you are implementing FoRB projects, you can share your stories in the FoRB Continental magazine, and your organization will be acknowledged. So it's open for all, so that the trainers can learn from one another what we are doing. So please share. It comes out every December, but from January till July and August, we are still collecting stories, best practices, and challenges on implementing FoRB. So please kindly share your stories so that we feature them in the magazine.
Yeah. Yes, Dr. Saleh.
Yeah.
You can now hear me again?
Yes.
I'm so sorry for this. Anyway, we've had quite a lot of contributions, and thank you for stepping in to facilitate that session. Thank you, Madam Joy, too. We've had quite a lot of contributions in terms of how we can build a stronger network system, so that Bishop suggested that maybe we need to have monthly meetings, which is quite welcome. We need to, bottom line is that we need to have regular meetings. We need to also engage directly with each other, apart from the platform of FoRB trainers or the Procmura platform. Maybe on our own as institutions, as individuals, we need to network with each other, because networking is about building relationships. So if we have relationships across board and share, please enable access. Well, what is it? Hello?
We can hear you, Sheikh.
You can hear me. Okay, I'm reading on the screen, so I was wondering.
We hear you. We hear you, Sheikh.
Yeah. So basically, in terms of also building awareness of the FoRB and the FoRB values and sharing skills, and leveraging. I had someone talk about leveraging on social media. We need to build our presence very much on social media using podcasts and any other social media means. So basically, whatever the contributions people have made is what we need to put in place. But basically, I think my own contribution is, let's not wait for Procmura to call us on a platform, but let's also initiate amongst ourselves, amongst institutions. And we have from 56 trainers to all the way to 200 trainers, which means in a given period, we should be having 200 trainings or 200 programs going on each. I had someone talk about accountability partnership. I think we should hold each other accountable in terms of what we are doing. I mean, not forcing, but we're saying we need to report, me as an individual trainer, what programs or what activities am I doing? So once we share, because platform is about sharing experiences. Once we share, then we know what each of us is doing, and we'll keep the network more strong, more vibrant, other than just waiting to meet once in a while. Even if we schedule monthly meetings, but within the month, we need as institutions, as individuals, to have shared what we are doing in our respective places. So I think that's the summary I captured from what people have shared, generally from the beginning up to now. Maybe if there's no other issues, I would hand over to Madam Joy.
Sheikh, you have really summarized that and captured it so well. So I am hoping that as we prepare to have Dr. McAfee to give us a way forward in terms of what we have been saying here this afternoon and morning in some places, I would like to also just make this announcement that FoRB network, the country, we have a country meeting coming up for Kenya next week. We have reached out to you, and this is going to be physical. So we urge those of you who have not yet read your mails to kindly confirm your participation. Again, the Trainers Network, just as Sheikh has said, is a huge network. And one of the things we can do, and which we as Procmora try to do, is to give opportunity to the trainers to come in as facilitators. So if we use one another, we are able to strengthen the network and the connection. I know that there's been a lot of programs in Cameroon, in Nigeria, and also in Kenya, but how does the country take advantage of using other trainers? For example, when I talk about Nigeria, I see a huge network. Dr. Yakubu is a very good trainer. In FoRB, we have Ukoha, we have Ambassador Elder Justina. So how do we cut across? Because at the country level, we are able to make those connections faster and better and more effective than at the continental level. But then they say charity begins from home. So why can't we find ways of connecting ourselves at the country level, and then we will move to the region and then go on to the wider network. So Dr. McAfee, before Dr. McAfee, I know that we had said Dr. Bwire, who is a coordinator for Kenya, is going to share with us. I had given him a platform before, he was not there. Dr. Bwire, are you in? I know that we have network problems. If you're able to say a word, even on the upcoming network meeting for Kenya next week, Dr. Bwire? I think he's still not there. Thank you. But then let's move on to Dr. McAfee, who also happens to be one of the regional coordinators to give us the way forward, and so that we can be able to engage more going forward. Dr. McAfee, kindly.
I'm
Good
there.
afternoon. Oh, sorry, Dr. McAfee, hold on for a second. Let's give Dr. Bwire, because I know you are doing the way forward. Dr. Bwire.
Our team leader, Dr. Sali, Yakub, Bishop Sabweni. I want to greet all of us. Good afternoon, those of us who are in the afternoon.
You.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Dr. Bwire.
Oh, thank you. I want to say that a lot has been going on in Kenya, and we thank the central office for having been domiciled here in Kenya, because they have really enabled and facilitated most of the activities in the country. Let me also take this opportunity to thank Reverend Evans Mwangi, who was able to host at least a seminar at the coast. And we know that the FoRB issues are very, very pragmatic at the coast. I thank also the women representative for what she has been able to do towards checking the FoRB violations among women, and also what she was able to share with us. Much has been said. Mine is just to say welcome to Kenya. And I thank the entire group for inviting me to be part of this noble session. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Daktari. It's always good to have you here. You are not only coordinating FoRB, but a very resourceful person when it comes to Christian-Muslim relations, and it has a lot of FoRB implications there. So we are always happy to consult with you and engage you in even beyond the FoRB programs of Procmura. Thank you, Daktari. Dr. McAfee from Ghana. Where do we go from here?
Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon to you all. And thank you so much, Central Office, and to you all, FoRB trainers, trainees, coordinators. Thank you, and we are happy we had this meeting after a long time. In fact, this meeting shows that FoRB will work. It will work. And the updates we received from the various countries have given us ideas as to the way forward. And all these ideas are positive. And we also had some strategies we can put in place. Some strategies we can put in place to make FoRB network more active. One of them is to share more information and network, and then also to capitalize on our social media platforms, especially for the Gen Zs who are ready to always share the information. We also need to find ways and means of meetings so that we don't have to wait for the central office to always organize meetings, and then also to make sure that we reach out to those who are making it work in their various countries. I heard a team leader mention some names. I heard of Reverend Ngobi, Justine, Mrs. Justine Ngobia, and Ukoha, Reverend Ukoha, and some other names she mentioned, that we can reach out to them because they are making it work in their various countries. Now, what we need to do is to learn from them and to see how we can make it work across the borders or across continent, other areas of Africa. And the final word is network, 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 and that is it. So the way forward is to make sure that we put all that we have heard today into practice and make sure that we make ourselves heard and more active, both at the grassroots level and whichever level that will make FoRB work. In all, FoRB work if we also work hard to make it more active and if we also network. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. McAfee. Very well said from the regional coordinator. And I know that we have gone a bit beyond our time. We are winding up. I would like to give this opportunity to our continental coordinator for the last word, Dr. Yakubu. Could you kindly please give us your last word?
Thank you very much. A lot has been said, and many ideas and strategies have been put on the table. And we hope that the central office will distill these ideas and strategies and come up with a roadmap. But also there was an idea that came, I said it earlier and someone reiterated that or echoed that. It is important that national networks to also, to be self-driving, if you would, so that we're not only waiting on the central office. The central office is there to give us technical support and also to one of the roles that the central office is to be playing is to be doing cross-pollination, whereby best practices from one context can be shared with the rest. This will promote learning from each other. I also want to say that it's important that sometimes it is important sometimes that you copy different tiers of the network. That will really help. Because, for example, at some point when the baseline was being carried out, I didn't even know about it. I didn't even know that there was also a FoRB coordinator handling the women aspect installed, and which I believe these are positive developments. And so the central office should try to also share information, keep us all informed, so that we can support each other. We're all working towards a common cause. I also feel like a large country like Nigeria may require unbundling the network, because if you want to have an activity that requires a physical meeting, then the massive amount of traveling that will be entailed will be too expensive. And that is why, the national network will become too dependent on the central office. Because if the central office does not facilitate through resource allocation, such meeting will not be possible. And then you will have a period of dormancy within the network. But if it is the national network is unbundled, at least you can have one national coordinator, but in terms of activities or operationally, as a matter of convenience, that the national network can be unbundled. Take, for example, those who are in northern Nigeria, they can once in a while or once in a year at least even sponsor themselves to attend the annual gathering, out of their own pockets. And then those in the South can also try to do something like that. This will help. But if we say that always it has to be a convergence at one single point for the entire national network, then it will create dependency where if money doesn't come from the central office, such meetings will never be possible. So this is also another idea I'm putting on the table that we might want to explore and to discuss with the national network coordinators. What is their take on that? They can get back to the national networks and have a conversation about this possibility. But for countries that are more or less compact, perhaps there might be no need to do that. Yes. So anyways, I really thank all of you for the contributions you have made. And I also appreciate those who are joining us for the first time, who have come through the Procmura track training, or who have come through the other platform. that we are all one at this point and we can work together. Again, please let us not forget how important FoRB is. We live in a context where the situation is changing. Not only we are facing challenges from autocratic governments with government restrictions, but also we have challenges that are coming, challenges coming from secularism. We also have challenges that are also coming from extremist groups. And we know also there is correlation between some of these issues with socioeconomic conditions, even climate change. For example, in the Sahel, we have seen how the link between climate change and conflict and instability. Therefore, this is very important cause that we should all continue to commit ourselves, and FoRB has potentials to be deployed in many ways in school, where we work, at the policy level, at the legislative level, and also in the society. So we have many means that we can take this message and try to work towards change. And so FoRB network should be having a goal that is about transformation, societal transformation. It's all about change. And therefore, if we understand this importance, we will double down our efforts and commit ourselves and bring our resources, the resources of our organizations, and also with the support we can get from the central office, we can do a lot better. Once again, thanks to all those who have been making some efforts and huge efforts. Some have been mentioned here. We commend you, we admire you, and we will learn from you. Have a wonderful day, wonderful evening, wonderful afternoon, wonderful morning, depending on which part of the continent you are. And thank you very much, team leader. Thank you very much, program officer, and our IT specialist. And thank you to the general advisor for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Yakubu.
So much, everybody. Thank you, Dr. Yakubu. Well said.
Yeah.
Well said.
Thank you, Bishop. Thank you, Dr. Yakubu. Those last words are very inspiring, and we are going to pick it up. We know that as central office, we've had a bit of delays here and there, and we recognize that you are trying to work in good faith for all of us. And so we are going to be more proactive, and I have taken note of some of the nations, particularly, the suggestions when you talk about the national coordination. And Nigeria, I agree, is big, but there are some things that we can do on our own. And I'm happy to hear that we can even take personal initiatives, contributions, just to put forward. Thank you so much. As we wind up, and as the norm of Prokmura, we started with a word of prayer from Bishop Samweni. I would like to ask Sheikh Musa Mwale to kindly close for us in prayer. Thank you.
Thank you very much, team leader. I hope you hear me.
Very well, yes.
Thank you. Let's pray. In the name of God, the Almighty, all praise and glory be to Him. We thank you for the opportunity you've given us to deliberate on important issues of FoRB. We thank you for the wisdom that you've blessed us with to share. Anything that we shared that is good is attributed to you, and anything that we shared that was in slander is attributed to our own weaknesses as human beings. We seek your guidance, we seek your forgiveness, and we turn to you in repentance as we part. Thank you very much. Subhanaka rabbi hamd, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you all. And again, apologies to all of you. We have kept you. For the French, thank you, Miss Lydia from Burkina. I know you have been back there trying to help us, but the tools failed us. Sheikh Abdulaziz, the French-speaking people, we apologize, but we are going to share these discussions and break it down. But we know that this also, empowers your English. So we are very happy that you are always, supporting the course throughout, and also to apologize for keeping you beyond our mark 30 minutes after. We truly appreciate, because we know that you have a lot on you, and for making time to be here today. Asante sana. Back to Sam.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. And I think everything has been said. For me, I'll just remind us that we will get a copy of this recording. And as it was observed during the meeting, we are also very active in our social media platforms, and kindly I ask of us that we follow our pages, and I repeat, on Facebook we are the Program for Christian-Muslim Relations in Africa, and on Twitter you will find us at @PROCMURA_Africa, and also feel free to visit our website, and also visit our YouTube page, that is PROCMURA, and also kindly remember to share your stories, and it will be published in our annual magazine. And until next time, God bless us, God bless Africa. Thank you.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Joy, and your team. Thank you for sparing your time.
Thank you, Dr. Longi. Thank you.